Welcome to Subramani. Some more life and money lessons learned over the years. As a person gets older, there is a tremendous amount of wanting to give gyan, right? So if you don't want gyan, it's not a great video to watch. So let me tell you what are the things that I learned about money over the last 30, 40, 50 years. I should be turning 60 in another 2 years time, so I can't say what I learned in my 60 years of life, but very close to that. What I learned during my working life, because 58 is the age of retirement, right? So first, very important lesson, wealth is a mindset. You should always say, I have enough money. Sometimes you run out of cash. That does not mean you don't have money. You still have a house, you have a car, you have a family, and you have your investments. Sometimes you run out of cash. That is true. So don't say I don't have money. Just say I have a liquidity issue, right? You don't have a money problem. So it's a question of your mindset. When your mind thinks that you have money, you have money. That's far more important. And a wealthy mindset will lead you to following things, right? It will lead you to saying, okay, how did I create this wealth? I created this wealth very simply because I was earning, I was paying tax, and whatever was left I was spending, and the balance I was investing. So it's simple, right? I think Morgan Housel says that earn, spend less than what you earn, invest the difference. Repeat, right? Life is a summary of this repeat. The minute you start spending more than what you're earning, you've gone for a toss. So create that mindset of wealth. Another important thing is be willing to walk away from absolutely draining negative effect on life, right? There are some people who can be very draining on your life, who may not be adding too much to you, but actually taking away things from your life. So walk away from relationships, walk away from organizations which are like that. There are some people who will constantly criticize you and create enough negative vibes in you. Walk away from such people. Why waste your time with somebody who is not adding anything to your life? Sometimes you are forced to walk away from such people. God forces you to create circumstances by which either that person dies, or you shift your city, or something like that happens. That is God sent opportunity to get away, but definitely not worth meeting people with a negative mindset who have either done nothing in life or they make false claims about what they have achieved. Doesn't really matter. Walk away. Be willing to walk away from things or relationships or organizations which suck your blood, and it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Be willing to break some of the rules which you have been told that this is how things work. Try pushing the envelope. It doesn't really matter, because some of these rules are definitely worth breaking, right? So some traditional old rules that you have, I mean, you should do this by this particular age. You must get married at the age of 28. There's no such law. You can get married at 40, right? You must have children. Break the rules. Whatever rules you want to take it and see whether you can break the rules, right? There is nothing wrong traveling by train if it's a short 8-hour, 10-hour kind of a journey, or if you're traveling as a group of friends. Do some of those things. Don't think there is a rule which says, oh, I have to travel only by air. Not true. Use public transport, right? Go for meetings in a public transport. Nothing stops you from doing that, right? So break some of those rules. Initially, in your younger age, maybe in your 20s, you will feel like joining a lot of, maybe even in your 30s, you feel like joining many clubs, and you may join Lions and Rotary, or some business networking groups and all that. So everywhere you want to go more and meet people and things like that. You want to keep on adding to it. At some stage in life, you decide that, okay, I've added too much, now I need to delete. Deleting is just as important as adding, right? So some relationships just go away. Maybe God wants those relationships to go away, right? So start giving up things also, including relationships. How does having money help you? Well, having money helps you because you have options in life, right? You can decide what you want to do. The greatest advantage of financial freedom, I tell people, is you decide with whom you want to work, how long you want to work, what is the subject matter in which you want to work, and very importantly, whether you want to work at all. But you will work, because if you have to do multitasking, if you have to do too many things, you've got to compartmentalize your life and say, okay, morning 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. I'll do this, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'll do this, or whatever time you wake up. So 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'll do this, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I will do this. If you do not do this, and what will happen is you will carry over one worry to the next. There is no point. So say 4 to 5 in the morning, I will think only about this. 5 to 6, I will think only about this. This saves you a lot of time and effort, because there is no point in worrying about what happened in one problem and trying to push it here. If I've had some issues in training, there's no point in me worrying about it while I'm shooting this video, right? Or while I'm doing the training, no point in thinking about why my camera didn't function or things like that. So just compartmentalize. Very, very beautifully said by Swami Vivekananda. That's another great thing you can do. Read all his books. Anything that he has written is great. Just don't bother. Whether you want to read just a small book on concentration, or you want to read his Jnana Yoga, just read whatever you can lay your hands on. If nothing, it will improve your English. He's written very good, simple English, which is worth copying and reusing, right? So that way it helps. Read a lot. There is absolutely no doubt that reading helps, but only read if you're going to apply. If you're not going to apply, don't read. No point in downloading books and videos on physical exercise if you're not going to do it. First of all, you should do it, but if you're not going to do it, don't clutter your laptop or your computer with stuff which you're not going to use. Just delete. You can find them again online. That is not a problem, right? That really leads us to another thing. Take care of your health. If you're young, if you're in your 20s or 30s, play an aggressive sport. Just walking is of no use for you. That may be useful for older people like me, but definitely not for younger people like you. You must play an aggressive sport, which means you should be doing sprints, not just running 5K events, right? That's not demanding enough. Or you play squash, or you play tennis, or you play something like that. Don't take to golf in your 20s and 30s, unless you're doing it for business. That's something else. But play one aggressive sport at least, because sport teaches you to lose, and aggressive sport will mean that you will keep fit. For example, you will never go to the gym just to keep fit. However, you start playing tennis and you realize that your shots are not reaching, just crossing the net and not reaching the other side of the court. You will go to your coach, and coach will say, okay, join a gym and strengthen your upper body, right? So then you will go to the gym. So gym is not an end in itself. So when you have your goals, be very clear what is the goal and what is the route. So playing good tennis is your goal. Going to the gym to improve your upper body strength, maybe to play badminton, maybe to play tennis, that is the goal, right? So gymming is not the goal. Gymming is very unlikely to be a goal for very many people, right? Many of us can't have just that as a goal. Break bad habits, because bad habits, whether it is watching videos or anything, I mean, if you're going to spend 2-3 hours a day on Twitter or any of those things, break that habit. Saving time is important, because at the end of your life, if you were to sit and analyze and say, oh my God, look at the amount of time that I wasted, I could have done something better. That means you need to break some more bad habits. Keep an inner scorecard. You should be happy with what you're achieving and don't care too much about what others think. The truth be told, others do not really care much about you. They are busy with their own problems, and when they see you having a problem and you go and tell them about your problem, I don't think there is a very positive reaction to it. Some of them may be actually happy that you have a problem and they don't, right? So don't do that kind of time waste. Make sure that there are seek better things to do, and let me repeat what I said. Read a lot. Try to implement all that you read. If you're not going to implement, don't even read. Don't bother. It's not worth reading if you can't implement. And yes, a good place to start, especially whether you're in your 20s or 30s, is Swami Vivekananda. Read all the books that you can lay hands on. The Ramakrishna Mission people have made sure that cheaper editions are available. Don't bother. Do this. Thank you.